All right, this one's a great example of mathematical exploring. It's like you're out there exploring, you see something that looks kind of vaguely familiar. Maybe you're by a lake and you wonder, are there any fish in there? And that's exactly what we're doing here. We've seen lines in the real world and we have some idea of how they behave. And now we're in this kind of warped world that looks a bit similar to the real world, but maybe it's not quite the same. And we've got this concept of lines and we're starting to wonder, what things will they obey? What similarities are going to happen? What similarities are going to be missed? So as mathematicians, we're kind of curious and we poke around a bit just to see if it's the same or if it's different or even how different it is. I mean, maybe we'll find a Loch Ness monster. All right, overall, this exploring could take a while. I'd recommend taking an entire lesson for it. It's probably more efficient for the students to work in groups, and they can always use the interactive to check their examples, but a piece of paper or a whiteboard, well, that's equally good. The important thing is to get their hands dirty and sort of get a sense of what's going on. For the last question in the first part, there are in fact infinitely many visual aid lines for L2. For example, we could choose our slope m to be 5/1, or indeed we could choose our slope m to be 3n plus 2 for any n. Finally, as alluded to earlier, on prime numbered plots, lines will cross either once or they'll be parallel. On non-prime numbered plots, on non-prime numbered plots, they might actually cross multiple times. They might also be parallel and not cross at all. And really astute students might actually observe a pattern between the number of possible crossings that lines could have and the divisors of the plot number. So if we have plot n and n has some divisors, those divisors give us a hint at how many times lines might cross. All right, have a go with it.